Hey there, welcome back to another episode of our Be Encouraged Moments. So here we are. We're excited to just keep sharing little tidbits of our lives to you in hopes that you can kind of gravitate towards something that will, a little gem, a little jewel that will help you in your walk. So today I'm talking about simplicity of our lives. Woo, okay. So
is there anything simple in
here
life?
we go. I have to tell you, last night was not a good night for me at all. So here we are in the Phoenix area, and at like 9:30 at night, it was 107 degrees. My husband wasn't at home, and our electricity went out. And it went back on. Then it went off. Then it went, and by the third, I'm looking out. Everybody has lights. We don't. What's wrong? So I went out to try to fix the problem. Now, mind you, it had been a long day. I wasn't hungry for dinner. I had done a lot of different tasks, different things after work. And I just like, what is going on? So I went outside and fiddled with a few things and realized we've got a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Right? So I called my husband. He was then frustrated because he couldn't get to where I was right away. And so one thing led to another. And I realized that I was making a situation a lot more complicated than it needed to be. See, I'm a mama. I want to fix things, and that was my focus. It wasn't focused on me and my life and my personal health at that time, which, by the way, my husband kept saying, "Are you drinking water?" I'm like, it's inside. I guess not. And I was getting a little lightheaded, maybe a little dizzy, and I realized at 107 degrees at 9:30 at night, I was getting heat stroke, and that was not good. Heat stroke and dehydration was what came from all of this, and a lot of stress. I made a situation more complicated. And it reminds me of this story of a fisherman, and I want to read it to you because hopefully you'll gain something from it too. So it goes, once upon a time, there was a businessman who was sitting on a beach in a small Italian village. As he sat taking a brief break from the stress of his daily schedule, he saw a fisherman rowing a small boat back into the harbor. In the boat, there were a few large fish. Impressed, the businessman asked the fisherman, "How long does it take you to catch so many fish?" To which he replied, "Oh, not so long." The businessman was confused. "Why don't you fish for longer to catch even more fish?" "More? This is enough to feed my entire family and even offer some to my neighbors," the fisherman said. "So what do you do for the rest of your day?" inquired the businessman. The fisherman replied, "Well, I've usually have caught my fish by late morning, at which point I go home, kiss my wife, play with the kids, and in the afternoon I take a nap and read. In the evening, I go to the village to have a drink with my friends, play guitar, sing, and dance into the night." Putting his entrepreneurial hat on, the businessman offered a suggestion. "I have a PhD in business. I can help you become much more successful. From now on, you should spend longer at sea and catch as many fish as possible. When you've saved enough money, buy a bigger boat to catch even more fish. From there, you'll soon be able to buy more boats, set up your own company, build a production plant to can the fish and control distribution, and move to the city to control your other branches." To this, a fisherman asked, "After that, what?" The businessman laughs. "After that, you'll be able to live like a king and take your company public, float your shares, and be rich." And after that, the fisherman once more asked, "After that, you can retire, move to a house by the sea, wake up early in the morning to go fishing, then return home to play with your kids, kiss your wife, take a nap in the afternoon, and join your friends in the village to drink and play guitar and dance into the night." Puzzled, the fisherman replies, "But isn't that what I'm already doing?"
Ooh, I love that.
Simplicity of life. it reminds me, Philippians 4:11 says, I have learned in whatever state I am to be content. I didn't get that last night when I was frustrated trying to make something big out of something, a solution very simple, which I came to later on, much later on that night. Be content with what you have. That's what we have to, the whole message of this. Do we really need to keep pushing for more? For instance, our kids want more toys. Do they need more toys? Do we need more money, more clothes, more jewelry? Where does it stop? More stress and more, there we go, more brings stress, and stress is often a choice. And I was telling Larissa earlier, I made the wrong choice. I chose to be stressed last night. We can either have stress or we can have peace. And it doesn't mean that the situation isn't stressful, but we don't have to enact in that stress and be more stressed. I hope that's you can understand that, because in a stressful situation, we still can have peace. And God can still lead us in that way. So give your stress to God and allow Him to give you peace in exchange. And I'm telling you, it does work. But we have to step back from the stressful situation to understand that we have to go to God and He will give us peace. Why do we have to keep putting things for us on for our children? Think about that. We're mamas. We want to fix things. We want to provide the best, maybe even things that we didn't have as children. We want to provide for our children. That's just a natural thing, and that's not a bad thing at all. But many times the buying or the wanting more of something brings a false sense of peace.
Yeah.
And that's not the kind of peace that we want, because that is actually stress. For instance, Brandon, when he was really young, my dad, he used to call him Bampa. And Bampa had medications, for his heart and blood thinners and all these kind of medications. So he had all these little bottles. And my mom used to save them. And Brandon used to love playing, him and his cousins, playing with these little medicine bottles. He would build something, almost like Legos, but they didn't click together. But he would love that. Okay, that cost me zero, nothing. And he loved that. So why would I go and spend $300 on a gift? Now, granted, as he got older, he wanted more of the technology and those kind of gifts. But when they're really little, they don't care. They know we love them. They know we are the princess or the prince of their lives. We are the queen. We are queen bee to them. And so we can do nothing wrong. And so it's okay. It's okay. Don't feel guilty that if you don't buy more, because then that guilt just leads to stress. Got it? Yeah. So I can honestly say that I welcome the simplicity of life if I choose that and try to enjoy the peaceful moments that they bring. So that's what I just want to encourage you today. Be encouraged. The content, be content where you are. Be at peace where God has you. And stay away from the stress of the stressful situations. There's joy and peace in simplicity. Thank you, as always, for joining us for our Be Encouraged moments.